Okay, so I want to show you guys how I put listing photos together for my Etsy store. I'm not the expert on everything Etsy. I'm just a new Etsy seller and I'm learning as I go. And if you're here for the journey, thank you so much for being here. And so I want to show you how I put listing photos together, what tools I use, like what apps I use, and how we get this all up and online at the Etsy store. So follow me and I'll take you behind the scenes. I actually created on Canva a profile for blank t-shirts for Etsy mockup. I did size it the correct size, 2000 by 2000 pixels. However, I modify each design so I don't have it resized on here. Anyway, and then I also have some banners because I always like my listings to stand out a little bit if they can. So I might put new or like made in Canada just to highlight that it is a Canadian product made and shipped from Canada. And so for the personalized t-shirt, we're going to go through that listing design. The font that we picked on Printify, we're going to keep it consistent here with this Berkshire one. And we had picked this font on Printify and made it purple. So we're going to do that over here on our Etsy listing as well. Now, I don't have the correct purple yet, but when I pull in my image, I'm going to be able to extract the color from it. And once I do that, I'll be able to get the correct hue or shade, I guess, of purple. I don't know what's the correct word, hue, shade. Anywho, so I'm going to size it how it is on the listing. I do go back and forth quite a bit to make sure that proportionally it's the same. So on the t-shirt, how big the image is compared to the writing, I want to keep that very consistent because once somebody looks at your listing, they want to kind of see how it would look like on the body or on a model. So this is our model for us and I want to keep it as consistent as I can to the one that we created on Printify. So you will see that I go back and forth a lot. I am picking the proper hue shade of purple at this point and just moving everything around so that it looks like it does on Printify. Now, once I'm done that, the next thing to do is to just copy that image that I made. So I grouped them together on Canva so that I can keep the proportions the same. And I have this option in a few different colors, the blue, the white, and the pink. So on the blank Canva profile that I made, I have different colors. Some are dark, some are light. So I only just put this image on the actual colors that are included in the listing. So there's no point using the dark colored like the black or the navy blue t-shirt mock-ups when that's not going to be offered in the product. So I just skip those over and double check, okay, which colors do I have to offer, and I have these specific colors. So if I have a model who is wearing those colors specifically, those are the ones that I'm going to put my image on for the listings that I put onto Etsy. So as you can see, it's kind of helpful to have this blank version of it so that you have many uses for it. Now there are mock-ups, of course, on Printify itself. There's also another program called Place It, which has mock-ups. That one you have to pay for, and Canva has mock-ups as well. Creative Fabrica has a few, and so some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for, but it just helps. I think I'm going to start using Place It a little bit more and seeing what the options are there. I will probably make a video about Place It and their mockups and the mockup process of getting the listings on to Place It, because I find sometimes on Etsy the mockups are very similar to each other, and to stand out a little bit, I think I want to experiment with some more different mockups, not just like the ones that you can find on Canva, not just the ones that you can find just on Printify, but to explore actual mockup sites and to do that. So the last thing I'm going to do here is to just save the pictures that I want for the listing, and only the ones, of course, that have the colors that are going to be available and that I have put the image design onto. So once I have that done, then I just head over to Etsy, and it's just putting the listing together. So now that I'm back onto Etsy, I'm going to find the product that I just created on Printify. I'm going to adjust the title and all that later. I'll do another separate video on titles specifically and getting SEO ranked and getting your listing a little bit closer to the first or second page. But for now, we're just talking about listing photos and thumbnails. So I've imported the few that I made on Canva. I'm going to pick which one I'm going to put to be the leading listing photo. And of course, all of these are not to size, as you can see. So there's some work to be done. We're not quite done yet. So, and also I like to rearrange them. So I do keep some of the Printify mockups, but I don't want to just have, Printify picture, Printify picture, Printify picture, and then Canva, Canva, Canva picture. I want to space it out. So when somebody is going through the carousel of the listing itself, they can see that there's some options. So one is a model, but one is just a mock-up, and one is another model. It gives a little bit of variance, and I think if you were seeing the same picture over and over again, the listing would be very boring. So I'm just resizing everything here. Of course, your main picture, you have to adjust your thumbnail. The thumbnail is what people are going to see when they first come across your listing as they're scrolling. So you want to make sure that that picture is the best and it's more zoomed in. So these ones I'm adjusting the size freeform, but on the main primary picture, the thumbnail, it will give you the option to adjust the thumbnail itself, and that one you want to make the image really big and bold for people when they are scrolling through Etsy. Now the Printify listings are already sized to fit the Etsy thumbnail, 2000 by 2000 pixels, and mine here, I just freeformed these ones because they're not quite to size, and I don't want to make it a square because you'll miss some of the elements in the model. For example, you might cut off an armor or not really see like the badge or see the whole image. So I like to freeform those ones in the listing photo through the Etsy app, and not necessarily to size everything perfectly on Canva. And you might find that that's the case for when you're doing yours. Now, I heard it's beneficial to list all 10 or keep all 10 of your photos plus a video on for each and every listing. So of course I didn't have enough, so I'm going to go onto Printify here and collect a couple more mock-ups to fill up this listing. So I added a few more here, especially like the backs of the shirt. I don't have any of the pictures with the backs of the shirt, and I did, if you remember, put a image on the back. If you don't remember, go back to the other videos where we talked about actually creating the personalized listing, actually ordering it, and actually unboxing it, and all of the things. So you can head back to earlier lessons in the series and go from there. So here I'm just going to do a last preview just to see all the options, just to review all the information, the descriptions, the care instructions, the personalization, make sure everything is there, make sure everything is sized right, priced right. In our next video, actually, we are going to talk about fees, costs, profit, all things money. So you want to subscribe to the channel so that you can see all this effort. Was it worth it? What was the profit like in the end? What are the Etsy fees like? What are the taxes, the shipping? Is it worth it? So we're going to talk about all things profit, fees, money in our next video. But for now, in terms of listing, here we are. Our listing has been successfully uploaded, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of the journey. I'm new to selling on Etsy. If you want, I'll drop a link to my shop, or it'll be on my channel information in the links, so you can see my shop and follow along. I'll actually put it in the description box below as well, so you can see in real life what it is that we just created together. So thank you so much for joining. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, tell me, like, are you on Etsy too? And actually, I have a code, like, so if you're new to Etsy and you're like, hey, that seems reasonable, I'll give you the code. It'll help you open your store, get you 40 free listings, and feel free to use that code, open your Etsy shop, get your 40 free listings, and then you can drop your referral code in the comments. So anyone else who's thinking about opening an Etsy store can use your referral code and open up their store, because 40 free listings for them and 40 free listings for you as well. So it is a win-win, and it's not sponsored in any way, but it is a win-win for everybody. So you get 40 free listings, they get 40 free listings, and then it's a good and easy way to start your Etsy store. So I'll link that for you below. Please feel free to share yours as well, and let's grow together. Thanks for watching. Bye.